The kettenkrad, and last I left off, I got the highlights on. I haven't painted any track. I painted the inside of the engine compartment here, which I haven't done any washes yet or anything of that nature, but I wanted to put a couple coats of hairspray on. And this is going to be for the winter whitewash. And I don't know if you can actually see it, but it is glossy. I put basically a coat and a half. I'm going to put one more coat on. I'm going to let that dry. Once you got a really good barrier between the model and the paint, that's what you're after. When you do the hairspray, you're basically doing a chipping method, but you're not really, making it totally worn. What I'm going to do is, once I get one more coat of hairspray on, and that's just basically along the sides of the hole, then I'm going to take Tamiya, which is about the only paint that I find that works pretty well. Miggs over here, his white works well too, but Tamiya one is just a little more forgiving. What I'll do is I'll load that in the airbrush. I'll spray a layer on. Take a stiff brush. You want one that's pretty stiff, and a deal of water. And you'll dip your brush in the water, and while the paint's pretty much dry on the kettenkrad itself, with the white Tamiya paint, you just take your wet brush with water and you basically start wetting it, and then you start apply a pressure, and you basically want to move away the winter whitewash. In a way, it's going to be there, but it's not going to be there. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's the easiest way to do it on this, to get the weathered look of a winter weather pattern. But you can also do it with the airbrush and airbrush the white in here. It's alright. I like the hairspray method. I think it looks a little more realistic, but you can do either way. There's no right or wrong way to do basically a winter whitewash. You could even take your white paint and thin it and do washes all up and down it and just build up the layers. It can be done that way too. But for this, since it's a bigger model, we're going to do the hairspray method, and I'll try to show everyone. Once you do the Tamiya paint, though, you're very committed. You have to do it right then and there. Wait for it to dry, and then proceed to do it. It's just the way it is. I have no idea why, but so I'm going to do a section at a time. I'll do a video, show everyone, and I'll try to do a sample piece, and I'll show everyone how it works with that as well. The 190s. I did get the cockpit painted, which was just my go-to gray is basalt gray here. I did a couple little black washes in there. It's really all you can see. You're going to see the control panel, which is way up in here. Not going to see the dials or anything, so you don't need to go too far on that. So I did get the canopies on both planes with micro crystal clear. And I shot a Dilla primer just over the top two sections, just to basically seal in the tape, and it gives a nice edge on there when you do start painting. And then I went in and pre-shaded top and bottom on the 190D and the 190A. And of course, you can see where I went really dark, really light, just random as I could get it. And then I'll start with the base coat. And the base coat's going to be a light, basically a pale gray. I think that's probably the closest color that you'll get to the Luftwaffe. And it's probably got some specific color, but that's close enough. That'll work out just fine. And then I'll use a little bit of the little MIG green here, and that'll be for the camo. And the decals, we are going to be building the yellow tin, and I can't pronounce, we're going to do this one right here with the green heart. So what I'm going to do is get the base coat on. I'll probably on this one I'll get the camo on, and then I'll mask it off, and then put the yellow on last. And this one I can just go ahead and put all the camo on. So basically the same colors. It's just do it all at one whack. So that's my game plan on that. And I've used these decals before, so no surprise there. The Vandiver I haven't got the paint yet, but I had to go dig out the paint, which I was going to dig out the paint for the 190s, which everything has a, that's why everything's all laid out, so we have an assembly line going. The underside's supposed to be I think it's called a pale blue, light blue right there. And light blue is what we're going to use for MIG here for the pale gray. I think it looks pretty much like that color, so we'll paint that. Paint the bottom of that with that color, and then we will do RLM gray for the base coat of the top there, and then I want to use the green for the camo splinter pattern for the top there. So I'm going to try to, once I get the base coat of the pale gray on, I'll get it on that one, and then I'm probably going to end up doing the cockpit last on that. So it's just going to be I'll put some base coats in there, and then I'll do a bunch of washes and start painting the chairs and all that. But I'll do that last when I try to get all the big surface areas painted first, and then I will continue on with that. The Vandiver car, I am done on it. I finished painting the little silver things on the hood hooks on the front there. Sealed everything off, painted the back of the spoiler. Painted the front of the spoiler, matched the gray, that got rid of the 8. I really didn't have a number to put the 31 on the front inner. If I did, it looked like, and if I tried to hand paint it, it looked like I did hand paint it, so I left it. Figured, you know, they didn't put it on there when they drove it. But got all the finished painting black where I needed to on the frame and everything. And if you see anything that I missed, just let me know, which I did forget the 2 back here, but I'll get that accomplished. And I painted the back here of silver, which is going to be just a little duller silver than the bumper itself, because I cannot match the, I call it electroplated silver. I mean, I might be able to do bare metal foil, but I'll be honest here, bare metal foil I suck at, so that's pretty much why I never really try to do chrome type models or anything of that nature. But anyway, I'll get the hooks on painted on today, and then we are good to go on it. We're going to keep it clean. I asked, we're not going to do any weathering, so this is the way it's going to be. And we should be ready to rock and roll and let this go to its final destination. And then, of course, we can start some other stuff. One more thing, the Viper. Viper's got flat coat running on it, and I finished doing a little bit of airbrushing. You can see where some of the darker streaks are at, and I do streaks where they're really very subtle. I like the more of the motion. Best way to explain it when I airbrush, because I like a static model, but I like it to be in motion at the same time, just by the way the flow of the airbrush of the streaks and everything. But anyway, I got toned down the stripes and everything, and just about to finish it up, and then I'm going to put another coat of flat on, and then pull the mask off the canopy, and then we will be good to go. I just got to put it on a dome stand, and I'm probably going to cheat and go rob one out of the shed, and I'll be really good to go. I'm looking forward to wrapping that up and sending it off to Fine Skill so they can take care of it for their little publication. But anyway, that's what I've got going today. We are getting close to finishing up the Scarlet Viper, finishing up the Vandiver car, getting ready to do the winter whitewash on the kettenkrad, doing some pre-shading on the 190s, and we are gathering up paint so we can paint the Hanabo. So that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.